let's get into it with this week's video, 6 things no one tells you about building wealth. Number 1 is that your big expenses are much more important than your little ones. For a lot of us, our 20s are kind of about just getting by financially. And in a lot of cases, we are just not working with much income at all. And I mean, unless you're like a trust fund kid, in which case, no need to be watching this channel. But as you enter your 30s and hopefully have a little bit more flexibility in your budget, it's so much more important to start focusing on the big picture and your overall lifestyle than every single detail of the day-to-day purchases you make. We've said it before on this channel, but it's worth repeating. It's not because you buy avocado toast once, note the avocado toast oil painting I have, that you're not going to buy a home. And as we're going to discuss, increasing your income is more important than cutting expenses long term, but this only even works if you don't succumb to lifestyle inflation and actually save or invest the money that you're earning. And unfortunately, keeping up with the Joneses has long plagued Americans because we're constantly told that more and bigger is better, leading many of us to succumb to lifestyle inflation. And at its most simple, lifestyle inflation is essentially where the thing that was enough for you yesterday is no longer enough for you today. It could be the size of your home, it could be your wardrobe, it could be the hotels you stay in or the class of airline that you fly on. Here in New York, it could be things like having a washer and dryer in your apartment, something that I will never know. But it's essentially all the ways in which our expectations are growing to outpace our income. Because according to the US Bureau of Economic Analysis, while average wages increased by 21.4% from January 2020 to January 2024, personal savings rates plunged by 47.2%. And a lot of this does have to do with rising costs of living, like home prices or groceries, but a lot of Americans are also living beyond their means. And in business bookkeeping, a fixed cost is a cost that is constant and predictable, regardless of how your business does in a given month. The lease for an office or payroll expenses are 2 major examples. But like a business, we also have fixed costs in our personal budgets, things like our rent or our mortgage, our insurance payments, our car payments, our phone and internet bills, utilities, student loans, etc. And one of the key aspects of saving money is automating so you don't have to think about it. And the lower you keep your fixed costs, the more you will be able to automate savings from each paycheck. For example, my mortgage here in New York City is $2,395 every single month. I'm very excited about that. It's one of my biggest points of pride in this life because I went out of my way to buy an apartment when interest rates were sub 3% and the average price of a home here in New York City had decreased an unbelievable amount because of COVID.